Hey guys, so today is Thursday and I look kind of fucking shitty, but like I took finals today, so didn't really care about my appearance. But I was okay, so I originally filmed this video outside in the fucking cold because I got locked out of my house because I don't have a house key. And you're probably like, Nikki, you're in fucking high school. You're a responsible teenager. Why don't you have a house key? Because I'm Nikki. I lost it like in 6th grade, and my brother will not get me another one because he's like, you're gonna lose it this time or you're gonna sell it to somebody so they can come to your house and fuck you while you're sleeping. So I don't have a house key, so I was like outside for like 45 minutes or something, but you couldn't hear anything I was saying. It sounded like shh. So I'm refilming this, and while I was out there, because I had nothing to do, I realized that I have a story time I've never told you guys, and it's kind of serious. Like, I don't know how to describe it. So there's two parts to this. The first part is how I remembered it, and so I posted this picture of me and I was smiling and I was wearing no makeup. Okay, I was like sort of like a fake smile, and then I wrote this like very depressing but not depressing, like motivational, I guess, inspiring poem about moving on with your life and getting over someone. And everyone instantly thought like, oh my god, are you okay? Like, what happened? Who broke up with you? Who's hurting you? And I was like, I'm fine. Because I'm talking to somebody, they're like, oh my god, what the fuck did they do to you? Why do you have to move on? Did he cheat on you? Did he do this? And I'm like, guys, chill. Like, it's not about him. It's actually about a person who I've talked about before, and it's the girl about the whole hair thing. If you haven't watched that, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but she's my best friend. And basically, I told myself that I need to move the fuck on, because if not, I'm gonna be like this for the next 13 years. So I wrote that poem saying that I'm done, you know? Like, I tell people I've moved on, like, I'm recovering from the pain, but it was just all a fucking lie. Like, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was a lie. I wasn't over her, and I sort of am now. So in that thing, I was basically letting out my emotions, and it was a rant, basically telling myself, giving myself advice the way I know how to give myself advice, which is through poetry. So I wrote that poem telling myself that it's gonna get better, and that I should finally be listening to what people have told me, and that it's gonna get better, and I can do this, okay? So that's what that is, and everybody was really concerned about me. And the weird thing that I noticed is, like, everybody cares a lot about what I write, which is weird. So this is the story time where, like, I got ISS for poetry. So in 8th grade, like I've said before, is when I actually like started poetry, and I really enjoyed it. And we started with like a poetry slam, and then it just went on from there. Like, after that, I went to write a poem every day, sometimes 3 times a day. And one of the poems I wrote was about rape. And you're probably thinking like, oh my god, were you raped? Like, what the fuck? No, I wasn't. Don't think that's why I wrote it. I wrote it because I have a lot of family who has gone through that, and because I'm a female, and everybody's always told me, you can't go on the street wearing that, you can't do this because you're gonna get raped, because you're pretty, you're Hispanic, and you have a body. So that really hurt. So I wrote this poem basically talking about rape, and it's, I mean, yeah, it's sort of triggering, I guess, but it's called A Message to My Rapist. And then I talk about it, so I got this from my head. Like, I had a dream about me getting raped, and it was very, very, very traumatizing, and it was in my head for days, and I didn't talk to anybody for like a week, and it was just a lot to take in. So I wrote it out in a poem from the anger, right? And I took it to school, because at the time I was very, very close to my English teacher, and she liked reading my poems. She thought they were very cute, and she read this poem, and I gave it to her in the morning. I went to my class, and then I saw her right after my class ended, and before I left, she did say like, hey, did you write this? And I said, yes, I did write this on my own. So I don't know if she thought that because I wrote it, that it meant that I was raped or something. But after that, I went back to her class, and then she said, hey, I'm really, really sorry, but I kind of had to call the police officer to read this, and you have to go to the counselor. And I was like, what? Why am I going to the counselor? Why does she show the police officer instead of like a normal person? So I go to the office, and then they send me into the police office, and then they're like, oh, tell us about how it happened. Do your parents know? We have to call them. So they called my parents. They told them everything that happened, that I was writing things about my rapist, and that if they knew that I was raped. And my parents were like, what? Like, what are you talking about? And I had to explain it to them and everybody that no, I was not. And because I wrote this, I didn't even write this at school, but because I brought this poem to school talking about rape, which is a sensitive topic, that I was supposed to be in ISS for an entire week because I was too, like, blunt about the topic. And I wrote my feelings down, and there was cuss words. There was a lot about it in it, and because I was expressing myself, I was in trouble. So yeah, I was sent to the office again. I was sent home. I cried about it because I was like, what the fuck? All I was doing was writing my feelings down, and this is what happens. And lucky for me, I went to like ISS like 2 days, and then they took me out because the counselor basically said it's because I was bipolar, and that bipolar people tend to have weirder dreams about stuff like that. So yeah, that is the time that I got in serious trouble for my poetry. Thank you so much for watching and everything you do. I might film that video, like of me reading the actual thing too, maybe after this, so if you're down to watch that, do. And so you know, it's not true. Bye.